This is the Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider. It is, without a doubt, the most advanced and secretive aircraft ever built. A sixth-generation strategic bomber designed to be the apex predator of the skies, capable of penetrating the most heavily defended airspace on Earth to hold any target at risk. For years, the conversation around this jet has focused on its revolutionary stealth, its global range, and its nuclear payload. But recently, a bombshell recommendation from the head of Air Force Global Strike Command has leaked, and it reveals a secret about the B-21 that is arguably more revolutionary than its stealth skin. It's a secret that redefines the very nature of this aircraft and signals a monumental shift in the future of air warfare. The recommendation? That this multi-billion-dollar, long-endurance, nuclear-capable bomber should by default be flown by just one pilot. This isn't a cost-saving measure. It's a profound statement of technological capability that, on its face, seems to defy logic and safety. How can a single pilot manage a 30-plus-hour mission in the most complex aircraft ever designed? The answer lies not in the human in the second seat, but in the ghost in the machine. Today, we're going to conduct into this shocking proposal and what it tells us about the B-21's true AI-infused nature. To understand why this is such a radical departure, we need to look at the established doctrine for long-range bombers. The B-21's predecessor, the B-2 Spirit, has a two-person crew, but critically they are both pilots. This provides redundancy. One can fly while the other rests or manages systems. For grueling missions that can last over 40 hours, this two-pilot model is essential for safety and effectiveness. The B-1 and B-52 have even larger crews, with a pilot and co-pilot always present. The recommendation, submitted by the now former head of Air Force Global Strike Command, General Thomas Bussiere, throws this playbook out the window. His memo proposes a standard crew of one pilot and one weapons systems officer, or WSO. This immediately raises red flags. What happens if the pilot becomes incapacitated? Who flies the plane during crew rest on a 36-hour flight from Missouri to the South China Sea and back? This configuration follows the logic of a tactical fighter like the F-15E Strike Eagle, not a strategic bomber. But a Strike Eagle mission is typically 4 to 8 hours. A B-21 mission could be 5 times that long. The safety margins appear, at first glance, to be dangerously thin. So why would the Air Force's top bomber general make such a recommendation? The answer lies in the justification for that second seat. General Bussiere's memo provides the crucial context. He wrote, "Unleashing the Raider's full potential demands a complex blend of skills: airmanship, weaponeering, electromagnetic spectrum operations, sensor management, real-time battle management, and agile replanning in combat." He concludes, "For this reason, the B-21 will be crewed by one pilot and one weapons systems officer." This tells us everything we need to know. The B-21 is not just a bomber. We have speculated about this for years, but this is the clearest confirmation yet from the highest levels. This aircraft is a flying, penetrating, networking quarterback. Its mission is not simply to fly to target, drop bomb, fly home. Its mission is to manage a complex array of tasks simultaneously. Weaponeering, employing a new generation of conventional and nuclear weapons. Sensor management, fusing data from its own advanced low probability of intercept sensors. Electronic warfare, actively managing its own electromagnetic signature and potentially conducting electronic attack. Battle management, acting as a forward command and control node, networking with satellites, other aircraft, and potentially controlling swarms of unmanned loyal wingman drones. A single pilot, or even two pilots, cannot be expected to master the art of flying this complex machine and simultaneously manage this immense cognitive load. The Air Force has determined that the skills of a dedicated weapons systems officer, a specialist in sensors, weapons, and battle management, are more critical to the B-21's mission success than having a second pilot. But this only explains the why of the WSO. It doesn't solve the fundamental safety problem of having only one pilot. The only way a single pilot crew is viable is if there is, in effect, a third crew member in the cockpit, one that doesn't need to eat or sleep. A highly advanced AI-driven agent, a virtual co-pilot. The recommendation for a single pilot is the strongest evidence to date that the B-21 was designed from the start with a revolutionary level of automation and AI-infused autonomy. This is not science fiction. The technology has been in development for over a decade, in parallel with the B-21 itself. Consider these real-world programs. DARPA's Alias, Since the early 2010s, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency has been funding the Aircrew Labor in-cockpit automation system. This program has successfully demonstrated an AI co-pilot that can be retrofitted onto existing aircraft, like a Black Hawk helicopter or a small cargo plane, and can perform a full flight from takeoff to landing without human intervention. Lockheed Martin's Matrix. This is the core software behind much of the Alias work, a mature autonomy package designed for complex flight control. Shield AI and Merlin. These are private companies making huge strides. Merlin is working to integrate its autonomy software onto an Air Force KC-135 tanker. Shield AI's HiveMind is a powerful AI pilot already integrated onto multiple platforms. The B-21 has been in development for over a decade, largely in secret. The level of AI capability, designed into its core systems from day one, is likely generations ahead of what we are seeing in these public programs. So what would this virtual co-pilot do? Reduce workload. It would handle thousands of routine tasks, managing fuel systems, navigation, communications, freeing up the human pilot's cognitive capacity. Provide a safety net. It would constantly monitor the aircraft systems and the pilot's state. If the pilot becomes incapacitated, the AI could take control, stabilize the aircraft, and even perform an autonomous emergency landing. This technology already exists and is being certified for some commercial aircraft. Offer tactical advice. This is the game-changing part. The AI could act as a tactical advisor, fusing sensor data and suggesting courses of action. Threat detected at this bearing? Recommend altering flight path. Or optimal moment to jam enemy radar is now. It becomes an active participant in the fight. This AI agent is the missing piece of the puzzle. It's what makes the single pilot recommendation not just possible, but logical. The AI is the co-pilot, the WSO is the mission commander, the human pilot is the aircraft commander. The presence of a powerful AI co-pilot is the stepping stone to the B-21's ultimate and perhaps most classified capability. As far back as 2017, investigative reporting uncovered a heavily redacted Department of Defense Inspector General report from 2015, written before Northrop Grumman was even awarded the contract. In the few unredacted lines listing the core requirements for the bomber, one stands out: capable of manned and unmanned operations. This is the smoking gun. The B-21 was always intended to be optionally piloted. The single pilot recommendation is the logical progression of a design that was built from its very DNA to one day fly without a crew at all. Why would you want an uncrewed B-21? The primary reason is the elimination of the combat search and rescue problem. Sending a rescue package of helicopters and support aircraft deep into the heavily defended territory that a B-21 is designed to penetrate is itself an incredibly risky, and some would say near impossible, mission. If there's no crew to rescue, that entire risk is removed. This allows for missions that would be deemed too dangerous for a human crew. Of course, sending a multi-billion-dollar asset full of the nation's most sensitive technology into a fight with no one on board carries its own significant risks, which is why fully uncrewed operations still seem a long way off. But the capability is being built in from the very beginning. So what is the final verdict? The recommendation to fly the B-21 Raider with a single pilot is one of the most significant clues we have ever received about the true nature of this revolutionary aircraft. It confirms that the B-21 is far more than a simple bomber. It is a sixth-generation, multi-role, penetrating command and control platform. It strongly implies, almost to the point of certainty, that the aircraft is equipped with a highly advanced AI co-pilot, a ghost in the machine that reduces workload, enhances safety, and acts as a tactical advisor. And finally, it reaffirms that this aircraft was designed from its inception to be optionally manned, paving the way for a future where these strategic assets can be deployed on missions too risky for a human crew. The debate over one pilot versus two is not about saving money or manpower. It is a debate that has peeled back a tiny corner of the secrecy surrounding the B-21, and what it has revealed is a machine that is not just an evolution of the B-2, but a fundamental revolution in air power. It is the dawn of the era of the AI-infused combat aircraft, and it will change the calculus of global power for decades to come.